Hey, we're here in front of world-famous Manny's Music with Sam Ash. Sam, you can take us inside and show us a little bit around?
Yeah, I realize it's a little confusing that I'm showing you around Manny's, but for those of you who understand, that it's cool. So, here, this is Manny's. Let's first explain what Manny's is. Manny's is the icon of this business. All these pictures are all people who have shopped here. This is where Hendrix shopped and the Beatles shopped and anybody who is anybody back then, because Manny's was here first before Sam Ash Music, and they were the rock shop to the stars, period. Still are. I mean, most of these people who are still alive still come in, but not all these people are still alive, and that's the problem. But, you get them all. There's Old Yeller. Old Yeller was the demo guitar back in the day, and basically everybody has played that. Hendrix played that. Frampton has played that.
That was Dan Electro?
Yeah, it was. At one time, yes. It represented what a Dan Electro might have been. So, just, interesting piece. It's just one of those guitars that is a piece of history before it imploded. But, this is everybody who is everybody. And here's the fender section. Washburns, G&L's are in the store. A lot of people, let's set the story straight. The fact is, we bought Manny's Music a number of years ago because things were not going well, and I grew up knowing about Manny's, and as a family we decided that this is something that should be maintained. A lot of people say, it's a hoax because you've got Sam Ash Music owning Manny's. No, it's different lines, different attitude. We don't really do all that much competing against each other. It wasn't the concept. The concept was to maintain an institution, which this is, to the point where the store is still run by Manny's grandson, Ian, who's running around doing something. Is he up in his office? I think he's up in his office. And, this is what we're about here. We have a lot of the cool custom shop stuff back here. Sparkles are very in again. I don't know why, but they are. That Hofner Club 40, very cool guitar. Very cool guitar. Tom Anderson's, we're about to get the John Soar line in any minute. We're just waiting for them to hit. Those were really nice too. And once again, you got Paul Reed Smith and all kinds of fun stuff. There's all greats. Like these are the Warrior guitars. Sure. These are great instruments too. Small company in Georgia, JD and his guys make nice stuff. James Trussarts, Dean, and it's just a fun room of instruments. People come in. We don't require anybody to buy. We don't require anybody to leave a deposit. You want to try a $3,000 guitar? Just make sure you have no metal sticking out, and we'll let you try it.
What do we got here?
That is a Beatles era lefty 501 Hofner bass. For all we know, maybe Paul even played it. We don't know, but the original case and all, in excellent condition.
That's a beauty.
$5,500 is a bargain. That's me. Then again, I'm not a bass player, so. All right, upstairs, acoustics. Upstairs used to be drums, and we kicked them out.
Drummers getting no respect once again.
That's true.
Sorry.
This is our bluegrass room, which is very thin on inventory because I don't know what happened or why, but bluegrass instruments just started going crazy. Mandolins, banjos, ukuleles. Now, I don't know anybody playing ukulele, but we can't keep ukuleles in stock. So somebody's playing ukuleles. But it's just unbelievable. I mean, we've been selling accordions, but that's another story. That's for a different magazine. Premier Accordion, I think. But,
the Zydeco resurgence in the Northeast, evidently.
No, that's a national phenomenon. You know, I figured that my bluegrass business would be strongest in Nashville, Chicago, San Antonio, L.A., and I don't know, maybe there's just so many guitar players that somebody says I should play ukulele. But, I don't know. This is... this is the meat and potatoes room, for lack of a better word. This is the acoustic guitars that are about $1,000 and under. You know, we have great lines in here. Washburn, Ibanez, Martin, Taylor, Takamine Ovation, all of those. Classics over there, things like Ramirez and Raimundo and a few others. Walk down the street. And this is the better stuff.
Oh boy.
As you see, vintage is not our forte. That's not our thing. Used and new is our thing, and I think we do a very good job of it personally. You know, it takes a lot of capital to do a vintage business. It's a full-time operation, and it's just not our forte. Well, this is one of the new CAs I was telling you about.
Composites, yeah.
Unbelievable. First time I played it, not this particular one. Now, if you close your eyes, you would say it's a wooden guitar.
Yeah, sure.
Except what's cool is you go to the show and they have this thing sitting there with water dripping all over it. The guy picks it up, plays it, puts it back.
Yeah, no, impervious to climatic changes.
Well, that's the thing. If you like it, you'll like it forever. Nothing, you know, these guitars, nothing really can happen to them. And if you're a road warrior, you really have to, think about an instrument like this. If you play a Martin or a Taylor, not taking away anything from those guys, and they know that, but you're in Canada and you go to your gig and it's 20 degrees out, you can't take that guitar out of its case for an hour or 2 hours. Otherwise, you can destroy the thing.
Right.
You have to let it acclimate. An instrument like this, 20 degrees, it'll be cold, but it'll play. This is still the premier street for musical instruments in the world, period. I don't care what anybody says, especially my competition. This is still the place. It's not just the business, it's the vibe, it's the attitude. Everybody that's here enjoys being here. It's not an easy job, but makes it easier when you love what you're doing. We surround ourselves by musicians, with musicians, I should say. And it just makes it easier. I mean, even in my company, all my vice presidents play, all my regional managers play, my executive vice president has a regular, first Tuesday of every month, he's got a slot at a local rehearsal hall and gets a bunch of the managers and hangers on and jams. I sat in one day, and it was one of the best experiences I've ever had. Here are guys that you sit and you talk numbers and you crunch and you do and you all that, and then later on you have a couple beers and you play, blues. I'm still an active collector. I've gotten back into the buying a bit, not like I used to be, but we've got a very talented guy by the name of John Connolly, who is our guitar buyer. Great player, good guy, and truly gets it. And it's not easy when you're buying for 45 locations, and some of them are a little bit regional. Mm-hmm. I mean, you sell a lot more Telecasters in Nashville than you do in Burbank, Illinois. Sure. So you have to be a little bit of a magician besides, or we call them musicians.
Oh! And on that note, Sammy Ash, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. Really appreciate you doing that for us. That's awesome.
My pleasure.